The producers and distributors of Tech AV technical training aids welcome you to this program in the series Geared Reduction Unit Maintenance. This is program number 3, in which we shall be demonstrating typical procedures for the overhaul of single reduction worm drive reducers. We shall cover the procedures in 4 parts, namely dismantling, inspection, assembling, and finally settings and adjustments. Let's begin then as we start our overhaul with the procedure for dismantling a unit. Our demonstration unit has been cleaned and the oil has been drained. Because of its size, we're able to position it onto our workbench and secure it by bolting the base to keep things steady. The first item to be removed is the fan cowling. At this time, it is wise to take note of which way round things go. On this unit, the handing is to the right, meaning that from the point of view at the input end, the output shaft drives out from the right. As it is possible to change this to the left, we should begin making some markings. Using a felt tip marker, we begin by making alignment marks, one on the upper case to match one on the lower case. We next mark the wheel shaft retainer. These marks are to assist in the correct replacement of the case and to ensure that the output shaft is replaced in the correct direction. In our demonstration, we shall identify the worm shaft input side oil catcher with double lines. On this particular unit, the oil level dipstick will not go in unless the oil catcher at this end is realigned in its original position. The cooling fan is next removed. It may be necessary to tap this using a rubber mallet once the retainer screw has been slackened. Once again, we mark the oil catcher for reassembling purposes. Having now made all the identification marks to assist in the reassembly, we can be assured that we'll be keeping the drive to its proper handing. The dipstick is first removed as we begin the main dismantling procedure. Next, we remove the oil catcher on the wheel shaft, together with any existing shims. Then we remove the end cover or retainer, also with its existing shims. Note that to assist in the reassembling process, we always keep the shims together with the unit from which they were removed. The upper case half can now be removed. This is done simply by loosening and removing the set screws. A couple of sharp blows with a rubber mallet will normally release the upper case from the lower. The upper casing is lifted away to reveal the inner components. Next, the oil scraper is removed. As the gear wheel assembly is relatively heavy, you may require the help of an assistant to lift and remove the gear, shaft, and bearing cups. This assembly should be placed onto a soft surface to avoid damaging any of the components. As it is possible that the carrier bearings will be reused, we'll be marking the cups to ensure that they'll be replaced into their original positions. We next proceed to remove the worm shaft. Both the input and fan end oil catchers are removed. Note once again that we always keep shims together with their relevant oil catcher. The worm shaft is removed by tapping it out, together with a bearing cup. Note that the shaft has to be supported for this operation. Care must be exercised to prevent bearing damage. Ideally, the bearing cone should be kept in contact with the cup until the cup dislodges from its counterbore. Once removed, we lay the worm shaft on wooden supports, which protects the bearings and the worm groove surfaces. The remaining bearing cup is drifted out of the case using a suitable soft drift. Once more, we suggest that the cups are marked for purposes of replacement. The reducer is now fully dismantled and all major components are visible.